Hey guys, it's Tarkin coming at you with another game of hardcore Minecraft, and, well, I'm not sure what we're gonna do today. I've just been spyglassing around. Of course, if you were in the last video, you'd be familiar with my triumphant destruction of my enemies in that direction. From here we see, you know, the villagers villaging. They either cherry tree up that ridge, or... Alright, so how do I get down best? I don't want to just jump, but I might. Do I have a boat? I have a boat. Alright, yeah, so because I am a responsible human being, when I climbed up on top of that for the night, I had my boat on me. And of course, as any person can, if you just like really put your shoulder into it, you can just like row a boat across land. And if you can't, I don't know, do some pull-ups, do some push-ups, work out on a rowing machine, and before long you'll be able to get a canoe across dry land before you know it, or perhaps after you know it. So although the spyglass is very effective, and I'm very pleased with the results of my destruction, I don't know what to do now, so I think we're gonna try to little inventory management. Obviously, we don't want to run around with all this stuff. We could go back in the Lush Cave and poke around a little bit more, try to find more diamonds, although I don't need them. Now I'm thinking I just need to grab some emeralds, right? Yeah. I can get feather falling on boots, and then I can go get an adventure somewhere. Oh yeah, and a sword. Obviously a sword, because I either broke or lost my sword in the last video. I've got emeralds in one of these chests, don't I? If I could. Alright. No more third person. The cat is sitting on both of the chests at one time. Amazing. A perfect simulation. And we're just throwing basically everything in here. I do want to bring the iron hoe with me, actually, because we might need samples. I'm not sure where we're going to go, but we might go somewhere, and we might want samples. Arrows I'll want. Do I have spare ones? I love the cat, but I wish... I wish it would act differently sometimes. I'm sure anyone who's known a cat can relate. But I just need to find the armor smith, which should be inside this building. Yes. We're gonna buy a boots and a pants. And I still need to get a sword, which is pretty careless because I didn't have enough emeralds for that. But no, I have a spare sword at home, don't I? Yes, I think I do. So we're just gonna run in this direction. Do the obligatory bashing of melons, and then run home. I've got 4 or 5 minutes till nightfall, so I'll probably wait for the nightfall, say goodbye to the pets, and then go adventuring somewhere. So basically, I need to make the landscape more beautiful, and, you know, I think one way to do that will be to complete my tree collection. Because we've actually got almost all the trees right here due to the magnificence of this area, but I need to go collect a spruce sapling or two, and then I think that'll be like all of the tree kinds, and we'll be able to see them from here, just span across. I definitely want to get a little bit more cherry trees on that side, but that'll wait for when I return home. Ah, noble and brave Garuda. Where is my sword? We're gonna take our sharpness 3 sword with us. Of course we are. Alright, so we're gonna roll a couple of things onto these items and then probably jam the chest piece in with that chest piece at the end to get up to prop 4. That'll leave us with just one more level of protection that we've got to get. And I feel fine about going on an adventure one more time. But I do think that we're gonna run into some trouble. I can try to get prot 4 on the pants, but what am I gonna get off of this roll? Well, nothing yet. If I had a book that was raw, I would be able to see. So we could try this for Depth Strider and then just get something else that we don't want, potentially. But I think... yeah, we'll burn off the enchant on the pants. Because we can buy Prot 3 again. So this is the least important of them, and we'll just see what we get. We get Prot 3 and Unbreaking 3, which is great. And now we'll try to... alright, so we get Fire Protection and Depth Strider, which is, you know, we'll bring them with us, I guess, because Fire Protection is something that would be highly relevant. You know what, I don't love the idea of having a bunch of utility of that kind in my bags, because we want to adventure. If there's some big fiery stuff that I'm not familiar with, then I'll come back home and get my fire boots. And I don't think we're going to be able to... yeah, it's going to be 12 levels to get our pants leveled up. But we'll get a lot of... okay, it's going to be 20 for the chest piece, so we will go with the pants instead. It repairs them entirely due to the difference there, and now we've got Prot 4. Excellent. And we'll come home someday, I sure hope, and get all of those things. We're just going to keep on jamming all of this stuff into the inventory. I should have some steaks somewhere. I accidentally took the lapis out, which is not like the goal is to mess up the very, very small amounts of practical, like, planning that I've done, but, you know, I don't always do what I'm supposed to do. We're gonna go ahead and switch out the shield real quick. Can you burn a shield down and get an ingot out of it? No, you cannot burn a shield. You also cannot throw it off of a pathway like that. It'll be alright. The flint and steel I don't think I'll need. I can always just drop it later. And this is so much stuff. I don't need to carry a crossbow with me. I mean, they're fine, but I don't need to carry one with me. The bow I want. Alright, so yeah, we've got a lot of food. We've got our golden apples. I think 40 steaks is enough. I don't think I'm going to be gone from home long enough for 40 steaks to be a problem. I'm thinking... why don't we just go adventure across the ocean? I know I said I was going to stay for the night, but I don't think I'm going to anymore. We're just going to give Garuda a nice little ritual seed, and then we'll strike off across the ocean. Although, of course, daytime would be better, so we could see things. We've got an inventory. I'm not going to need an extra shovel. Bed, torches, spyglass, food. It's not that many torches. I should get more torches. Alright. Using my hundreds of torches, I now feel much better about where we're gonna go. I don't need all this charcoal on me. Man, this is, from this little slice of a video, you see what it is like for me anytime I try to leave my house. That is why I try to leave with a lot of time to spare. I guess we're just gonna crack some pumpkins waiting for nightfall. Because it's coming up. Just as I decided I was going to do something productive waiting for it to happen, it did. But I have been reminded by thinking of that weird place with the stone jutting out of the water, sort of where I bought the cherry saplings at. And oh yeah, leather boots. I'll need to bring leather boots with me, that way I can get the achievement for walking on snow, or the advancement. I keep on calling it the wrong thing. I'm just, achievement is a more universal term that I'm more familiar with due to, Steam and such. We're just gonna lay down real quick, and then the morning dawns. A nice melon seed for Garuda. And once again, I prove that I am unable to leave the house responsibly. But now I'm finally going to get going. Oh no, I've thrown my sword on the ground. Why am I the way that I am? We're going to take this boat and then also have a boat, and that way we'll hopefully be insulated from poor decision making. And I can put my little spyglass here. Oh, the leather boots. Why am I the way I am? The important thing is that I remembered now when I could still go and get them. All right, so 12 minutes after beginning, we're going to begin. I mean, we are really going to go somewhere. And from here, it's as simple as going 1,000 blocks or so away and finding the snow. Of course, we'll be keeping an eye out for any old thing. Although we're going in a direction that we've mainly gone before, so we're not going to expect to see anything totally zany. Just keeping an eye out for typical stuff to avoid, like ocean monuments, principally because I fear the Guardians. I could have brought a brush, but it'll be okay. We're gonna go and we're gonna find snow and walk on it. And then I think from there we'll skirt on the whole other side of the island to go back over to what I think of as the left. I don't actually know the cardinal directions. I believe one of them is left. But because there's that weird stone building under the water with the drowned around it, and it looked very strange, inconspicuous, and I wanted to go investigate it further. So that's the other part of the project. Of course, we see right there the old thing to be wary of, the monument. Any bright lights under the water are immediately suspect. Sometimes they're harmless, sometimes they're nether portals, which are like not harmless, but yep. And then we'll go in this direction because I might have left the other way, but this is the way that I'm familiar with. And then this will be the pillar that says, now we're gonna go across the ocean, which may take like the whole of this day. So maybe, now that I'm thinking of it, it does take a while, but fortunately, I've got my own thoughts to keep me company, which it occurs to me also that the traditional method is the cinematic view as we go across the water into the great already known. Oh yeah. In third person you can't tell, but this works very well. It's dizzy, and I don't think I can go forward with it on. No, I cannot. Terribly unfortunate. It'll be alright. There's a lot of monuments on the way across here. It's a pretty big stretch of ocean with no land. A couple hundred blocks anyway. They're not super close together, but they're not terribly far apart either. There's plenty of a safe lane to skirt between them, but I certainly wouldn't want to be just like AFKing, musing along, and then run into all the guardians. I don't actually know. I don't know how quick they could pop you. I don't really want to investigate it. I know that even just the thorns damage can be pretty annoying. And I think there's a shipwreck over here to the right, populating down there in the reeds. It looked like I saw it as it sort of loaded in. There we see the guardians. We're far enough away where they haven't pinged, but yeah, oh yeah, there's like 5 or 6 of them out there. That would definitely be not an awesome time. And actually, we can tell absolutely nothing from this. Anyway, we're gonna go in this direction and see. And basically, all I'm counting on there is that I saw the generation of the structure slightly before all of the kelp or whatever got generated in, where the game said, hey, here's the age. So as we approach it, it'll probably be on the other side of the kelp, I imagine, and then we'll be able to raid a shipwreck, potentially. We've got 4 or 5 minutes to nightfall, and I do not want to be, like, under the surface when night falls. I'm absolutely fine with being on the boat on the water, but I do loathe the idea of being on the surface. I could, of course, make a safe area under the water and camp out there under knife and inside of a shipwreck. That is a thing that I would have the power of doing. So this is the old 4 monument territory. Is that a shipwreck? It sure looks like one. Have I already raided this before? These are questions. Alright, I've got like 3 minutes. Time to go. Alright, ship is upsy downsies. We'll go in through this way. Still got plenty of breath. Alright, here's this chest. Oh yeah. Now we're talking. And a diamond and a pear tree. There might be one more chest here. I could have just doored at the bottom, or found a door rather. I don't think I brought any tactical doors with me. But, so, there's often 3 chests. If there is, we'll probably find it on this side of the boat, because you get one sort of like midship, aft, and 4. But we got the 2 good ones already. There's one with a map, there's one with good stuff, and then there's one with like food, which sometimes is good. Here we go. We've got our sometimes food. So, like, obviously, if you hadn't found any bamboo, it would be amazing to find that, because bamboo is not super common, but it does grow really, really quickly, and maybe you thought, like, if I just get a lot of bamboo, then eventually I'll be able to find... Oh, boy. The problem is that now I don't remember which direction I came from. I think this is going to be fine, though. We should be seeing some land pretty soon. I think this will be fine. I think we're going the right direction, because I don't think I moved the boat around. Yep, alright, there we go. This is the village that we had previously camped out a bit. Yeah, because I had a vague concept of the direction I was heading in. Because when we get here, yeah, it'll be like right around 0 and then 2K. So as we approach, we'll see an icy mountain out in the distance there, beautifully popping in. And then over here, in the direction I previously described, in the cardinal direction of left, that was my right hand, but due to the trickery of the internet, it will appear on the left side of my body, which is now represented by the right side of the screen, in what I can only describe as wizardry. But unimportant. What is important is we've got here, with time to spare, so much time, full minutes of time. This is, of course, a place we've already robbed. Robbed. We came in, we showed up. They don't have a cleric anymore. That's thanks to me. You know, they also don't have a librarian anymore. I went into their house and hacked down their bookshelves. I didn't think I was going to be back. If that sounds like I'm not defending myself, I'm aware it sounds like a weak defense. Look, whenever I took all the stuff from you, I didn't know I would see you again. I thought it was the last I would have to deal with you. I can't believe you're still upset about it. You know, and other awful things to say to villagers. Lay down for the night, and this is kind of maddening because here with I'm turning over a new leaf, and I'm going to have good inventory management stuff. Alright, we're just gonna knock this over. I'm already out of inventory space. Whose fault is it? I mean, should I say mine? Alright, there we go. Much better. I mean, not a lot better, but much better. This buried treasure map is going to lead us to a spot in the ocean eventually. We'll deal with that later. That can be like a return thing, because right now we have one very specific goal, and it's to make our way across the landscape. Oh yeah, there's water. To make our way down to the water, across the landscape. Yeah, they've even got a nice little dock here. And then we are going to walk on the snow while wearing leather boots. And then the game should reward me for this knowledge by saying something about it. Or so I have been led to believe. But we'll see. First things first, time to put on the leather boots. Oh, this is quite a downgrade when it comes to how good I used to look. Alright, so we're walking on the snow. Well, it looks like I don't fall down, but I mean, that's good. I thought I was gonna get a thing. We're just gonna go to the top of the mountain, you know, since I'm not falling down. This is actually gonna be a wonderful achievement, you know. We'll walk to the top of a mountain wearing dumb little boots. Hey, iron. There's nothing in the world as good as finding iron. I know you're saying I've checked all of the stuff in the world, and that's not true. The one thing I can say is I'm definitely glad that I've got these boots on, because otherwise I think I would have already frozen to death. But yeah, we can just come up here and survey the terrain. I don't know why. Maybe there's got to be like a lot of snow in a row, and none of these places have enough snow in a row. Because the advancement is called Light as a Rabbit, walk on powder snow without seeking in it. I don't know why. Alright, I just, they're called snow blocks and snow, perhaps powder snow is a whole different entity. Because I don't remember if I fell down here. We're just going to keep on running until the game tells me that I did well, or until I see something cool. Hello, Mr. Mountain Goat. And what do mountain goats eat? Perhaps some nice wheat? Hey! I need to find another mountain goat. So I know the thing that's on all of your minds. What's the best mountain goat song? Well, there are many schools of thought. And I actually, I'm sorry that you asked that, because now I'm going to get much distracted by telling you all of the correct answers. Now, some people will go with, like, a really easy one, like the best ever death metal band out of Denton, which, as you know, you kick off all hell West Texas with that. It is just an incredibly strong thing. And then you have, like, No Children, which, like, John Darnielle got interviewed by Variety because of No Children. I think the kiddies put out a dance for it or whatever on the internet. But, hey, there we go, Light as a Rabbit. There's so many eras of it. I mean, you have, like, the modern stuff. If any of y'all have listened to songs for Pierre Chauvin, like, wow, what a great record. You get All on Raid, or, like, what's the other one on there that I was obsessed with? I can't think of the name of it. I'll be able to. But, so, what I'm saying about the work of John Darnielle, clumsily, and, because I saw a mountain goat, is he's better than good. And if I wasn't playing Minecraft, I assure you I could do, like, a much more exhaustive telling of all the reasons why I think you should like the mountain goats too. But they can always make me feel a lot better. Sometimes I need that. And it's always good when you find art that works for you, because sometimes it can be tricky to find stuff to connect to. Ow. And what we want to do now is just return. We're just going to cut through the land here, because I know that the weird structure that I want to investigate is here, in the direction cunningly described as left earlier. But just gonna keep on running. We'll make waterfall soon. Oh, there's a nice little dog, unless it's a wolf. Canis lupus, not yet familiaris. Hello, dog. Here, have a little bit of foods. They're not tamed, but they are fed, and that's good enough. Here, have some foods. And then they'll, like, create wild dogs? No, I don't think they will. Perhaps they don't want to make other dogs until they know that they have a collar. They're very, very conscientious. I need to put my good boots back on. I wouldn't have wanted to forget that. I would have noticed as soon as I got into the water anyway. Well, maybe not as soon as I got into the water. I don't want to... Let's not play up my situational awareness too much. Am I still talking about the mountain goats? Why not? Okay, so you have a song like This Year that really resonates with a lot of people, just beautifully done. You have some of the stuff from like the more modern era, like in like off of Getting Into Knives. We have like Possum by Night. You have like almost everything on Beat the Champ. So like I liked professional wrestling a whole lot whenever I was growing up, and you could tell John Darnielle did too. So you have like, you know, like Heel Turn 2, or like The Legend of Chavo Guerrero. Like, wow, that's a really good one. Like, anyway, what I'm saying is you should listen to the Mountain Goats. Super eerie, early stuff. I've been a fan of the Mountain Goats for a very long time, so I could go on and on. I can and have written essays about them, but we are coming on our goal here. We're just a couple of minutes from night, but I just want to see what's going on with this thing, right? When I came here last, there were a lot of drowned. They had tridents. There's a bunch of nonsense going on, but I was struck by the stonework, right? Because this is a tower that looks like a nether portal, and that's not what I like have come to expect from a place like this. So I just wanted to investigate. When I came here last time, I didn't have all of my water breathing stuff. So is this just a cool tower? It's just a cool tower. We've got a drowned here. We're gonna need to get them. Is there like a spawner at the bottom of it, maybe? Alright, so there's... Maybe this is just not that cool of a place. I just thought it was, but... Fishing Rod of Mending. That is pretty cool. That's, you know, that's enough for infinite mendings. Infinite fishings. Alright, so the drowned either spawns here because it's dark, or... because that was one I didn't pop earlier. Is there suspicious gravel here? Yes, okay, so there's suspicious gravel here. This chest is on top of a magma vent, which is nutty. So it looks like this is just a normal archaeology site, and it just looks a little cooler than I was used to, which is cool. I'm just going to run to the surface of the water here. Surface of the water. The surface of the land, and camp out for the night, and then return. Try and find another chest or two. Maybe dig down a little bit. It's, you know, I shouldn't say I've never seen anything like that before, because there's just so much I haven't seen. There were a lot of drowned around when I first came by, but of course there could be all sorts of interesting explanations for that. Yeah, because, you know, you can see from the sea cucumbers or pickles, whatever stage of brining they're in. That it's like, the game wants you to see it, but it does that for all sorts of structures. But I'm just going to poke around a little bit more. This was where I met a guy with a trident one time, and I don't have inventory space if I'm going to need it, so I just need to acquire some. We're going to make a crafting table and then make our ingots up. I think get rid of the nuggets. No, that seems bad. There's no reason to get rid of the nuggets right now. Well, we'll just continue on. I don't think we will have gotten to anywhere on the treasure map yet. Alright, no we have not. We have gotten further from it, but as we go back in the direction of home after we finish investigating this thing, we'll be able to go and check for the buried treasure there. Where is my boat? So yeah, I think it was just whatever these blocks are called, it was fooling me. It was making it seem cooler than it was. The chiseled stone bricks. And this generated right next to this one, so it made it look like it was really big, but it was just like a thing. And we're gonna gracefully dispatch that drowned. Is there a spawner in there? 'Cause it's like, you know, I haven't spent a lot of time under underwater, but it seems like they keep on showing up. But we're just gonna look around, coming from the top here. Hey, there's a chest, and those are the telltale bricks of the terracotta people. Okay, so you can see underneath these bricks we've got like all of these other gravel things, and then obviously, I keep on saying it, there are also the suspicious gravels here underwater that I could get, but I have not gotten any yet. And alright, we're just gonna get more coal. It's not that many nuggets. We've got 2 buried treasure maps, but we don't really... I think we can take them to a cartography table, if memory serves, and maybe be able to get something out of them there. So even though they're blank, maybe we can get something from it. Is there anything here in the gravel? If we go down, will there be like a ruin of the terracotta people? No, there will not. The bricks on the underside made me hopeful. See, because they F3 screen forever, but they were here underneath. But I think that's just like a way to cue you in, you know, to who built it originally. All right, pretty cool stuff. I don't know what I expected. I expected a drown spawner is I guess what I expected. So now we've got a lot of things, but I don't want to head home yet, because I need a spruce sample. I mean, there's spruce all over the place, but I know that I'm not very far from a forest. And I also wanted to go, if I go right around this land mass, I might find a lot more cool stuff. Yes, the direction right. Just another portal out here. And this is a shipwreck I've been to before, because that's the one that I went in to get my emeralds to talk to the guy. Unless it was that one. Man, you know, I clearly don't remember everywhere I've been in this Minecraft world. I think, yeah, at this point, rather than push out any further, I just wanted to see if I could see anything cool here. We're just going to skirt back into the view of the island around the right side. But actually, I think we'll investigate this shipwreck, because it's right here, and I found it. A couple of minutes to nightfall. Plenty of time for a salvage mission. We've got a sideways shipwreck, so might as well go in from the front. Be a lot easier to evaluate. This way, yep, here we go. Oh my goodness, the iron, the absolute iron. All right, so that's a lot of iron. I'm now seeing that if I think I need iron in the early game, what I really just need to do is get in a boat. And then we'll find another one here. Yes, indeed. Fire prop 4 on pants, which is fine, but not amazing. Rotten flesh, we're going to leave that behind. We should probably leave the paper, too. I shouldn't be carrying most of this junk. That's sort of a gurgly sound, which I don't love. Could be a drowned. We get an empty map and an empty treasure map and another clock. I could wear one around my neck. Alright, good deal. So these maps are empty, which is fine, because I already have a filled in one, although one that I am not any closer to arriving at. Yes, this is the direction that we'll be going. This will loop back around to the land that we would recognize. There's another shipwreck there. And I'll just figure out real quick if that's the one that I went to earlier. I think it actually might be, because that stony shore seems much more reminiscent of my historical hijinks. But we'll figure it out quick enough. And there's the nether portal in the middle of the water. It occurs to me that I could always try to go into the nether, but man, it scares me. When I went in on normal, it almost was, or rather on hard on my survivor world, not normal. I call it normal just because it's not hardcore. I don't even think I've played on that world in like a week now. Ah yes, the Wandering Trader is still here, so we can tell that it's definitely this Wandering Trader, and that this is definitely the shipwreck that we would have examined earlier. Yep, there, he's still hanging out. You know, we left so quickly that he didn't have time to do anything but wait, wondering when I would return. In a way, like, beautifully moving, but also terribly sad, because, like, what if I forgot about him? What if I never came back? And he'd just be here forever. Ah, a village. This village is pretty cool. And, well, you know what that is. I've got my flint and steel on me. And I think we might have a call to use it now that I'm a lot better at dealing with pillagers. But first, I just wanted to drop off at this town, chat with the people, see what they have going on. Wasn't I trying to get to a shipwreck first before I noticed that there was a town? No, I was past that. This is a beautiful, idyllic little hamlet, looking out at the monuments in the water. And this is actually like quite a gorgeous little village, right? Because they can look out in the distant reaches of the sky there and see those ice spikes reaching up to the heavens. It appears that there's a fire breaking out over here. A lava pool, maybe? Yeah, I think it'll die out on its own. If not, then it'll slowly and quickly burn up everything in the whole world. So, you know, no big deal. The sun is trying to slowly fall, but we're not going to worry about that too much. We just need a spruce tree sample, and then we'll lay down for the night. Alright, I turned the block sounds off. But actually, the sound of breaking leaves is quite wonderful, but the incessant ticking of a redstone clock will get right underneath my skin, so I had to turn it off. Alright, we've got 6. That's a good sample. We're just going to lay here in the shadow of the night and the icy coldness. Do not recommend doing that. Get a shelter. Do not lay down in the snow with nothing but your lonesome. That is not a route to success or long life. But speaking of success and long life, I feel very successful in this video. I'm going to take a little break and probably start recording immediately thereafter because I want to go and burn down that pillager tower, see what they're keeping on the inside of it. You know, just classic stuff. Because now I think I have like a perfect way to deal with them. All you have to do is bunker bust them, run up to the top, water down, and then because it's so much of a hassle for them to get there and they can't, like, you know, Spider-Man up the side, they just really don't have any choice but to eat a lot of arrows from the top while you cackle. It feels very unfair, and that is my idea of a good fight. Is one where the opponent has no chance at all, because these are, after all, not my opponents in a sporting competition. These are my enemies, but there'll be plenty of time for speeches like that when we return. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you've enjoyed this little exploration. Hasn't been too much out of the ordinary, I guess, but, you know, hey, I got another advancement. What are some other ones I might be able to get? Alright, so I have to smith a bunch of things, trimmed armor, kill one of every hostile monster. That'll take forever. Throw a trident, strike a villager with lightning. Both of those sound fun. Kill a skeleton 50 meters away. Target block. Summon an iron golem to help defend a village. Not sure how to do that, but alright, yeah, so we'll just start trying to do some of these things. And I guess you also need to do a lightning rod to make sure a villager doesn't get hit. There's a lot of stuff that sounds a little weird in these advancements, and then there's all of this stuff too, where I have to eat everything in the game. Get each frog variant on a lead. There are frogs. Catch a tadpole in a bucket. There are definitely frogs. I have to get a goat into a boat. All right, so excellent. Reading that, you know, I may not have chosen to do that without doing it, but now I know that after I burn down that pillager tower, I need to get one of the mountain goats into my boat. So when we return, we're going to try to work on that, and then I'll probably talk about more mountain goat songs in a similar disjointed and unfocused manner to what I've done here. But if you want to check out the mountain goats and you haven't listened to them before, I consider the 2004 twin albums, All Hail West Texas and Tallahassee, to be like the finest of both styles of John Darnielle's work, of like the really lo-fi acoustic work, and then like the more I have a band, this is done in a studio and not on a tape deck style, which, you know, is sort of half and half as far as the mountain goat split goes. But couldn't recommend them more heavily. They're one of my favorite bands in the whole world. I've probably talked about them before, probably talk about them again. But until next time, I remain yours. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope I'll see you in the next video.